Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 5-day-per-week Wisdom and Legacy Building podcast. It is day 486 of our trek, and it is Wisdom Wednesday. Every Wednesday along life's trail, we will dig for the nuggets of wisdom that are found within the book of Proverbs. Today we'll explore the first half of chapter 24. We are broadcasting from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. The closing on our Charlotte home was delayed by a week, but we did receive final word that it closed this past Monday. We are grateful for this and allows us to now focus on the additional renovations on the Big House. On our outside work, we were making good progress on the leaf harvest, but this past weekend, the engine of our large leaf vacuum broke down. I think it is the rod on the main crankshaft that moves the piston. We took it to our local service center for repair, so that will delay us a bit on finishing gathering of the leaves. We do live in a world where not everything goes according to plan, but with divine guidance and wisdom, we can continue on. Wisdom is so important in our lives each day. In fact, it is the very foundation of our lives. As Solomon states in Proverbs chapter 24, verse 3, a house is built by wisdom. But let's start right in with verses 1 and 2. Don't envy evil people or desire their companies, for their hearts plot violence and their words always stir up trouble. Although reckless and wild lifestyles may seem appealing at times, it is a grand illusion. You should not envy or seek out those who live that way, nor should you desire to be with them. Their words plan trouble, which leads their hearts to violent actions. Verses 3 and 4. A house is built by wisdom and becomes strong through good sense. Through knowledge, the rooms are filled with all sorts of precious riches and valuables. A strong home and a family is one that is built on wisdom and good common sense. It is knowledge, especially of God's precepts, that will allow a strong home to be filled with riches that money cannot buy. Verses 5 and 6. The wise are mightier than the strong, and those with knowledge grow stronger and stronger. So don't go to war without wise guidance. Victory depends on having many advisors. Wisdom will always outdo pure physical strength. It is through wisdom and knowledge that true strength grows. Wisdom and victory in any area of our lives comes through the advice of wise counselors. Verse number 7. Wisdom is too lofty for fools. Among leaders at the city gates, they have nothing to say. Those who are foolish remain so because they do not realize their need for wisdom. They falsely believe they are wise. The proof is when they are among those who are truly wise because their foolishness will silence them. Verses 8 and 9. A person who plans evil will get a reputation as a troublemaker. The schemes of a fool are sinful. Everyone detests a mocker. The axiom, your reputation precedes you, can be used both in a positive and negative connotation. If a person is known for the evil they have in their lives, they are considered a troublemaker. This type of person is a fool and is always scheming their next bout of trouble. They will have a bad reputation and other people will detest them. Verse number 10. If you fail under pressure, your strength is too small. A test of a strong person is how well they handle problems and hardships. All of us face problems each day, and no one is exempt. If you falter during these times, your strength is small and is an indication of your lack of faith. Verses 11 and 12. Rescue those who are unjustly sentenced to die. Save them as they stagger to their death. Don't excuse yourself by saying, "Look, we didn't know." For God understands all hearts, and He sees you. He who guards your soul knows you knew. He will repay all people for the actions they deserve. When you see someone who is in trouble and in need of assistance, you should welcome the opportunity to help. This passage could be taken literally, or it could mean that you see someone who is on a dangerous path in life and making poor decisions. It is tempting to ignore these situations and pretend that they don't exist. But God knows their situations, and He knows your heart. The old saying, what goes around comes around, is appropriate here. If you are unwilling to help those in need, even if it is of their own doing, then why should you ever expect others to help you in your time of need? Verse number 13 and 14. My child, eat honey, for it is good, and the honeycomb is sweet to the taste. In the same way, wisdom is sweet to your soul. If you find it, you will have a bright future, and your hope will not be cut short. I do love honey. It is God's natural sweetener. To chew on a honeycomb full of honey is as sweet as it gets. God compares the sweetness of wisdom to that of honey. Wisdom will allow you to make prudent and good choices. With those good choices, your life will be filled with goodness. Seek wisdom for your soul as you would honey for your body. And verses 15 and 16. Don't wait in ambush at the home of the godly, and don't raid the house where the godly live. The godly may trip 7 times, but they will get up again. But one disaster is enough to overthrow the wicked. You are never to rise against those who live their lives following God's precepts. You are not to harm them or their household. God will give you the strength to carry on when you follow Him. Those who choose not to follow God will not have the strength needed to persevere during the difficult times of life. Today we explored 9 more wise sayings, which leaves us much to consider. Next Wisdom Wednesday, we will continue on the trail of sayings of the wise. These proverbs continue to provide us with more wisdom, insight, and understanding. Regardless of where you are on your faith walk, if the precepts and proverbs are followed, your life will be rich and satisfying. Take them and plant them in your heart so that you'll reap a harvest of wisdom. Tomorrow we will hike another short trail of Wisdom Unplugged, where we will discover an inspirational wisdom quote. So encourage your friends and family to join us and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your friends and family through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person when you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. I would like to challenge you today to take just one of the precepts that we learned in Proverbs and commit yourself to applying it to your life. The journal for today's trek is available at wisdom-trek.com. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.